The Beethoven Appassionata Sonata was written in 1805, only 25 years later. But I think you can see from the opening chords that it inhabits a different world. I'll just play the opening, the first theme. See how it's in fact, the first time that comes back, it goes. Can you see the difference between that sort of a perky, and then this is very passionate, emotional, and that's only 25 years. Of course, in that time, those American rebels won their independence, and the French removed their king and then beheaded him, and the armies of Napoleon are marching over. There's a lot of things going on in Europe at this time. Now, that's the first melody, the first theme of this first movement of the Appassionata, the contrasting one in a different key. Like that. We don't repeat the exposition in this Beethoven sonata, but we go right on into the development where Beethoven takes those themes and plays with them. So you'll hear, for example, which is, you can just recognize it's the same melody, but it's being modified. And then when the first theme comes back, it has an accompaniment. With that little repeated note in the bass. The second movement, the slow movement, is a theme and variations. The melody is like that, and it starts off in quarter notes, and then it gets twice as fast each time, because the first variation is eighth notes. Like that. The second variation is 16th notes. And the third variation is 32nd notes. Fast, and then finally the main melody comes back. The last movement, you will know when it starts because it announces its interest in about the most dramatic dissonance I can think of. We're here. And the main melody of that last movement, the last movement's also in sonata form. Second, the other melody. Like that. And then we go into the development, and the easiest way to tell where you are in this piece, there's these diminished seventh chords that introduce everything, and that means you're starting a new section. And then there's a slow one that tells you when you're back to the first theme again. There's one other thing in this last movement that's worth noting because it's unique, and that's that, well, Beethoven repeats the second half, the development, and it's called the recapitulation, but then at the very end of the piece, Beethoven throws in a new melody. Now, I just can't tell you how unusual this is. It's sort of like a novelist, you know, in the last chapter, there's suddenly a new character. But it works. I mean, what can you say about genius? But that melody at the very end is... comes at the very end of the piece. Beethoven's Sonata Appassionata.